Hello there. It's Justina from Just Classical, and I know I haven't been on in a while to talk to you, but I hope you're having a great summer. And I hope that you've had some time to rest and relax and get refreshed. I cannot believe that it is the last week of July. And unfortunately, school is starting way too soon for me. My son starts football on Monday, July 31st. So it's coming up real fast. I mean, we're not going to start all of our homeschooling then. And I do not homeschool year round necessarily, just a couple things over the summer. They keep up on math and reading. So it's always still a new process to get started. Well, I just want to tell you about a few things that are going on right now that can help you get ready for homeschooling if you are in your prep stages still. If you're like me and don't plan all spring because I just got to finish the last year, right? So I do some of my planning more towards the end of the summer to get ready for homeschool. So this week is Homeschool Superheroes Week, and it's a great place to go for you to get inspired and ready for the new homeschool year and hear other speakers. I'm speaking as well. I'm talking about the 10 reasons to study art. 10 reasons to study art appreciation, why you would want to study about art and great artists or the great artists and their artworks, and how it enhances your child's education. And then I'm also going to be speaking about simple ways to add listening activities to your home. So I hope that you will join Homeschool Superheroes Week. It is free. You can upgrade to a paid ticket, of course, if you miss anything that you wanted to see. And it is well worth it. It's not that expensive. So I hope that you will join Homeschool Superheroes Week. And, I have some pictures of me as a superhero, but really, all of you are the superheroes. All of us are the superheroes for homeschooling our kids. We are doing the best thing that we possibly could for our kids by being there with them and educating them at home. So good job, moms. I also wanted to tell you that over the next few weeks, really this week and the month of August, I will have a special promotion every week of a music or art course or my membership. So be on the lookout. If you're not on my email list, they're in the emails. And also, so get on my email list, but I do also post them in the Facebook group. So this week I have a promotion on drawing with Rembrandt. It is a beginner's course for students, elementary students especially, to learn how to draw, to learn the elements of shape and things like learning to look at a picture and just draw the elements of it, whether it's upside down or right side up. Doing some mirror image drawing that really works both sides of the brains. It's really good for the brains. So I dress up as Rembrandt and I lead your child through drawing activities in videos. So I have lots and lots of videos in the course, Drawing with Rembrandt. And a new special this week is I actually have a new drawing book that will lead your children through steps or help them to draw on a grid. So that is how to draw farm animals. So that is a bonus if you purchase Drawing with Rembrandt this week. And it's 20% off, and you can use the code DRAW20 to get the 20% off. So I just want to tell you a few of the benefits of drawing and why it is so good, why you might want to include it in your homeschool. It is so good for our kids' brains to learn to draw. And even if it's just doodling, at least they're doing something, and they may never be Rembrandt, and that is okay. And they may be intimidated by learning to draw because they think it has to be perfect at the same time. But as Rembrandt in my videos, I make mistakes and I just laugh it off and I tell the kids, I make mistakes so you'll feel better. And artists are going to have to erase and redo things. And artists usually do sketches first to get the idea before they fill in the paint and different things. Now, I can't say for sure that all artists do it that way, but sketching, drawing is a big part of artwork. And there's so many jobs that include the ability to draw. So this is why you might want to include drawing in your homeschool. So here's a few of the ideas, the things that you might want to know. That first of all, drawing develops fine motor skills and eye-hand coordination. So of course, when you're drawing, you're holding a pencil or a pen. So they have to have that fine motor coordination to hold the implement, right? And then their eyes have to be able to follow whatever they're drawing. And if you're watching a video or somebody else who's leading drawing, then you're also going to have to look at what they're drawing and come back to your own paper and draw it. So drawing enhances or develops fine motor skills and eye-hand coordination. Now, drawing also is active learning. Okay, we're in a world where our kids are surrounded by technology and screens. And granted, you can interact on the computer a little bit, but when you're watching a movie, if your kids are watching a lot of things on screen, it's passive. And so there's purported educational material on Netflix and all these places, YouTube, but it's actually passive. So drawing is active learning. And yes, I use video. So now you're going to say, well, wait a minute, you just said videos are passive. Well, but if you're interacting with the video and you're learning a skill and doing it at the same time, then you're actively learning. So I will make that disclaimer. Okay, so drawing is active. Okay, we want to engage our children's brains and have active learning. Also, drawing strengthens both sides of the brain because while you're drawing, if you're right-handed, then it's working your left side of your brain. If you're left-handed, it's working the right side of your brain. But it's working both sides because you're having to see things and move, and you're going to be crossing the hemispheres as you draw. So it's good for both sides of the brain. And it's creative but analytical at the same time. It also improves attention span and focus and concentration. So especially if you're following somebody learning to draw, then you're going to have to focus on, okay, they just said to draw this curve this way. Now I need to focus on that. And you're paying attention and following along to get the drawing correct as you're imitating. And it's good to imitate, by the way, because all of the great artists of the past learned art by imitating other great artworks first. To think that our children already have so much creativity and can just draw something out of thin air. Guess what? I was not interested in art as a kid so much because I thought I had to draw everything out of thin air. And when I started learning to imitate other things and breaking things down into steps, that's when I figured out I actually can draw. I actually can be an artist. So imitating art is a good place to start. And again, it helps improve the attention span, the focus, and the concentration. Now, drawing also enhances communication skills because pictures are another way to communicate with people. And so you can enhance your communication with pictures. Of course, we love picture books, right? Drawing also teaches creative problem solving. Sometimes when you're drawing things, you have to think outside the box, right? And there are ways for it to be creative, of course, and you don't always have to be imitating other people's arts. And you can be creative and come up with your own pictures and your own way of doing things. So you are doing creative problem solving. Drawing also helps with strategic thinking and planning skills, because if you are going to create something on your own, or you're going to draw something you see that's not already a drawing, like if you're going to say, oh, I see the window over there, and I'm going to draw a picture of the window and what I see in front of it, a bookshelf, then you have to kind of analyze what angles you're going to do it from, how much space you need to use on the paper, and you have to plan it. You have to plan your space on the page, that kind of thing. So drawing does help with strategic thinking and planning skills. Also, drawing improves memory. So if you are in classes, for example, and you are learning something, if you draw something while you are learning it that is related to what you're learning, then that is helping your memory because you're hearing it, but you're also kinesthetically drawing it. And then you'll have the visual of what you drew to help remember what you're supposed to be learning. So usually you're drawing something to represent what you're learning, and that's going to strengthen the memory, but maybe even doodling. I don't know for sure on that one. Helps memory. Okay, so drawing also enhances the study of science and invention. Now, why is that? Well, when you think about science, a lot of times you have to have pictures of things and label them. So especially nature studies, right? You draw an animal, you label parts of an animal. You draw a cell, you label the parts of the cell. So it's used a lot in the study of science. And of course, inventions, usually people draw inventions first. So you think of Leonardo da Vinci, and if you've ever seen his sketchbooks, they're full of his ideas for inventions, whether he created them or not. He had amazing drawings of them. Now, drawing is a skill that is useful for many jobs. So it can be a set designer in theater, a costume designer, a fashion designer. It could be a cake decorator. It can be used for, um, you know, architecture and engineering and those kind of jobs as well. So I don't have the exhaustive list, but drawing is a skill used in many jobs. So that's why you would want to include it in your children's education. Also, drawing builds confidence. Again, I said it already, but sometimes our kids have these perfectionist views, like I have to get it perfect the first time. But if they can practice the same kind of drawing over and over, they can get better at it and they can build confidence. I can draw. And especially if they have somebody who's leading them who breaks it down into steps. And drawing provides a healthy emotional relief. So just like sometimes we go to music to be comforted, for some people, it would be a healthy emotional relief to draw what they're feeling, to draw or paint something to express themselves. So it brings emotional relief. So those are just a few reasons why drawing is beneficial and why you would want to include it in your children's education. So I hope that you will take advantage of Drawing with Rembrandt and the discount I'm offering this week. Again, it's Draw 20 and you can get 20% off. And I will link below with the website so that if you're interested in it, you can get it. And also I will link with the Homeschool Superheroes as well. So I hope you're all having a great summer, as I said, and getting ready for school. And I will sign off. So good to see you. Take care.